Well, hi everybody. I'm here with Dennis, and we're getting ready to go up in a very famous little 701 that we're going to do today. Just a short little flight to explain everything to everybody. We got the Lizard airplane here, and we just did a pre-flight run-up, checks and everything, and we're ready for a takeoff. So we'll get up in the air, and then we'll explain to you about the airplane. And Mexico traffic, Experimental 701 is going to be departing runway 24, will be a local flight for Mexico. Alright, Dennis, we got the winds out of the northwest a little bit, so we got to crab it a little bit. Alright, there we lift off, and I'll hit the brakes, stop those big tires, and I'll bring up the flaps, and there we go. Not too bad a day for flying, is it?
Oh, it's been a beautiful day. We've been flying most of the day already.
A bad day is still a good day flying,
absolutely.
Right?
It was absolutely gorgeous this morning.
Yeah, it's a nice, beautiful spring day here in Missouri. We're getting ready to move in on May 1st tomorrow.
Yep.
And I'm lucky enough to be flying with Dennis here, our local guy, with a very famous 701 Lizard airplane that was built for Christopher Desmond out in California. And one of our good friends bought the aircraft from Christopher, and we got the great opportunity to do a lot of upgrades and work on it over the last few years, and I became very a lucky person to purchase it from him just recently.
Yeah.
And the 701, it's just got a lot of history to it. It started the revolution of the 701s again, and now with all the STOL activity out there in the Zenith world and everything, it's fun to fly a 701 or 750. It's great to be able to take off and land wherever you want. Now this 701's quite unique though. It used to have the center stick, which Zenith supplies as a center Y stick, but the last customer wanted dual sticks, so we, not Zenith, but myself helped him. We designed and put in the dual stick for the 701, and it's nice.
And the center throttle.
And the center throttle. So we've got that, and it's nice. It's different. It's different from what I'm used to flying, because I've got 7,000-8,000 hours flying Zenith and very little time in the dual stick. It's all center stick. So it's neat for me to try that. Let's fly around a little bit more. And if you have anything to throw in,
I certainly will. I hope everybody can see the panel on this thing, because if you want something on an airplane, it's probably on this one. We've got a brand new Era 760 GPS hooked up with the Garmin GDL 51. It's got ADS-B out. It's got your transponder, of course your radio.
And ADS-B in too.
We've got ADS-B in with the receiver. We've got for the passenger or your co-pilot, we've got a Dynon D3 over here, a little pocket panel that is plugged into power, so you've got it going all the time, and that's great. I'm not used to seeing that when I'm in the passenger side of the plane. It's got two D10s for your EFIS and your EMS. It really gives you a lot of information on this panel. The panel looks complicated. It's not really once you kind of wade through it. But it'll do just about anything you want to do. It's got electric flaps on it. A really nice center throttle on this thing.
It does. It looks a little complicated, all the switches and everything, but it's not. And it's a little bit of a glass cockpit, but a little bit of the old steam gauges too.
That's right.
We've got this airplane originally had the original 701 wings with the lower gross weight, and we put the new wing, we built some new wings, so, and fixed the cabin frame, so the gross weight, you know, structurally it's brought up to 1,100 pounds, which is nice if you're going in the bush and have that little extra, you know, protection there. It's got the Grove landing gear, which is, you know, it's a little nice, it's nice. We got a brand new Rotex 912 S engine, which has got about 60 hours on it probably.
Yep.
With the warp drive brand new prop.
Got tires on it.
Tires?
Big tires.
Yeah, the big, I think they're the Goodyear. They're not the last, but they're Goodyear like 28-inch.
I believe that's right. 26 or 28.
Right.
They're big ones. They really smooth out those landings.
But yeah, the center star, these dual sticks are really nice. I mean, it's just really, the only drawback that I see with the dual sticks is if you're a little larger person, that you might have a little trouble. But if you're, you know, Dennis and I size, it's not a factor at all.
But the one thing with these sticks, you can actually remove the stick from the control
They
unit.
have a quick disconnect.
It's got a quick disconnect, so you pull the pin, you pull the stick out, and so it's like getting in with no stick at all.
Right.
That works out great.
Yeah, we'll do a turn here. See right over the skyline. And that's the nice thing, Chris's designs. He made the wing where you can see over the wing, and a slight turn, which makes it really nice. So if you're flying in the canyons, you can still see the canyon wall in the turn. We've got nav strobes on here. We've got 2 landing lights with synced together for wig-wag. So if you're coming in of a late of an evening or a dreary day, the traffic can see you.
Yep.
Yeah, and this, I mean, that Garmin, what is it, 796?
It's a 760 Garmin, touch screen. This thing has got everything in it, including XM radio, and it's just so easy to use.
Right. Well, Dennis, why don't you show me something? I've never even tried it yet because I typically don't fly with one. Is the Autopilot? This has Autopilot too.
Absolutely.
So you can kind of walk me through it.
If you'll look down here, you'll see that we've got the AP74 and the HS34.
Okay.
The addition of the HS34 allows you to navigate to an airport. Otherwise, you could just use heading, and it'll follow that heading till you run out of fuel.
Okay.
And altitude, of course. It's got altitude hold in it too. So right now, Roger, you should be able to let go of that stick, and this thing will fly just like this for the rest of the day, you know, until you run out of fuel.
And you can still over-control it too.
Absolutely.
A little bit,
Yep, you can over-control it.
Yeah, it's flying.
You've got full control of it.
Let's say I want to change my heading. I just turn this knob here.
You hit that, push it in and turn it, and you'll see your bug on your D10 over here move, and it will rotate over and come to the new heading. Now, if you power up, if you've got a route in your Garmin, then you can sync that with your navigation aspect of your AP74, excuse me, and it will navigate to it'll lock onto that course, and it'll navigate to the airport.
Okay.
So it's a great unit.
And if I want to autopilot disconnect, I just push the red button.
That's exactly right.
Well, let's do that and see how it happens. There we go.
And disconnects it.
And it's the Dynon autopilot heading
That's right.
and servos.
Yeah, the D10s are actually the brain for this. These are just the modules for the controls.
Okay.
It is getting input from the Era 760, so it knows what the Era 760 knows.
Okay.
You've got your ADS-B in with your GDL51, so you've got traffic and you've got weather. That's a great thing.
Oh, yes.
And you've got your ADS-B out, so you're compliant for flying into B&C space.
Right. Well, and, you know, I call this 701, it's more of a gentleman's STOL aircraft. It's a little bit
That might be a good way to put it,
and, you know, being a little bit more, you know, sophisticated than some of these STOL airplanes. It's a little heavier than like my 701, but it still performs. I mean, you know, you just saw us take off. It takes off very short, lands very short. I call it the gentleman 701. You got autopilot, you know, all your navigation, your weather.
For anybody that's seen the videos out there of this particular plane, you know that it can go in and out of some very, very tight places, and this plane still will do that.
Oh, yeah.
It is very, very capable. It has a big lizard on the side of it, and we actually call it the big lizard.
That's right.
The technical name for that is Parente.
Parente.
P-E-R-E-N-T-I-E, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But I believe it's a Parente, which is a monitor lizard from Australia.
Okay.
And it's full size. It's on the side of this plane on both sides, and he's got toes that are gripping the top and bottom of the fuselage back there so he won't fall off.
Well, I remember when I was doing all the upgrades for our last customer, Dave,
Yeah.
that was one of the rules. Don't touch the lizard.
Don't touch the lizard. Absolutely. He would not let us touch that lizard. But it makes the plane very distinctive.
It does.
It's got the light green paint job on it, and it's got that Parente on the back, or the big lizard. And it is a big lizard.
Oh, yeah. Well, why don't we go in and do a landing and
Sure.
cut it short? And Mexico traffic experimental 701 is entering a left downwind for runway 24 Mexico. Yeah, just smooth, it's quiet, no vibration.
Yep.
Just great.
It's a fantastic motor in this thing.
You know, it's got 50, 60 hours in it. And you can run these Rotexes 3,000 hours without really having to do anything.
I've got 1,300 on mine.
Yeah.
It's just as smooth.
Well, I've had customers have, you know, 2,500, 3,000, and Rotex says, well, you don't need a new one, just keep on flying.
That's right. I'm going to fly it until it starts making making metal.
Okay, we're just going to do a little comms check. Gas, undercarriage, mixture, prop, seatbelt. So we're going to slow it down a little bit. Now this one does have a little unique, different than our 701. My 701 has manual flaps, which all 701s do at the factory, and our 701Ys. And this one we put in, he put in electric flaps. And this is not something Zenith, you know, endorsed or anything. And he's an engineer, so he figured everything out for it.
It's a very nice setup too.
Just got to get used to the different feels for it, you know, compared to mine. And it feels very good. The controls feel very nice. And Mexico traffic experimental is on a left base for 24 Mexico.
Let me tell you, that XM radio on a long trip is really nice.
Oh, it is. Yeah, you don't have to, you know, cell phones are nice, but having the XM radio already built in. It's a little expensive on the subscriptions for the year, but it is nice.
If you want it, it's there.
And Mexico traffic experimental starting final for 24 Mexico.
Makes for a very relaxing trip.
Yep. Now, you typically land with full flaps with this, or just half? Or
Well, I usually go about half. If that was a short field, I would dump the flaps on it, pull the throttle back, and
I
dive
typically
down
put
to it.
full flaps in my airplane too. Airplane's a little bit different. Now we got the bigger tires, so I'm going to try to not do too much of a squeaking noise. They'll want to grab on this asphalt or concrete. Typically, these tires are meant for grass.
They're beautiful on grass.
And it looks like we still got a little bit of wind from the northwest. Get over here on the center line. There we go. we go. And walk my way down. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, stayed on the center line.
How you like that throttle?
Yeah, no, actually, I like
That's
that.
nice, isn't
I mean,
it?
it was very.
Oh, I love that throttle.
It's very nice, very smooth.
It's very positive. It
Yeah,
locks
exactly.
it. Wherever you put it, it locks there.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the little short tour we gave you of the Lizard. Kind of the reason why we gave you the short little tour is we're going to do some more videos on the Lizard, trying to promote the 701 even more, and possibly probably put it up for sale here very, very soon too. So if anybody's out there looking for a very nice 701 and wants to enjoy the backcountry, a little bit of history, here you go. And see you guys later.
See ya.